and welcome back to my reading vlog. And yeah, we came back a day early from my mother's just to avoid holiday traffic. Yeah, also we were quite like KO, the dog wanted to go home. He hasn't gone on many adventures with us yet because obviously we didn't have a car before, and I hate having to muzzle him to go on a train, which we are required by law in Germany because he's so big. So yeah, we didn't go on that many long away adventures, so it was really taxing for him, and he wanted to get home, we wanted to get home. So yeah, it's Monday, it's a bank holiday, we're home. But I wanted to update you on my reading. I didn't read much while I was away, but I did read this morning, and I started listening to an audiobook yesterday. So yeah, I started listening to like some Lovecraft stories because I found like an audiobook at my libraries. So I thought, why not, like as an addition to reading the stories as a book, listen to some of them so I get through to them faster. I wanted to be done with that book in February, I think. It takes me way longer because, in all honesty, it is way too big and kind of like hard to read at times, to read them really fast. So yeah, I'm spacing them out, and so I thought, why not do that with an audiobook? And then I started 2 books. The first one is the one I got last month, which is Aliens, Book 1, Earth Hive. My partner corrected me that Aliens is the second movie. I thought it was the first movie, but it seems like Alien and then Aliens is the second movie. So yeah, this is the book fitting to the second movie and inspired by the graphic novels, and yeah, all of that together pretty much. So it's not like, I don't know what is canon in like the Alien universe, but it's not like one-to-one the film. It has different inspirations as well, and I'm like on page 103, so like I'm a good way through already, and yeah, I'm enjoying it just like the other Alien novels. We had a lot of like nightmares here. We have some survivors who survived the pretty much the happenings of the first movie, and who survived like some alien attacks, and now they're being sent back because the military wants some aliens to study. And yeah, we obviously all know that it can't be good, so yeah, we're on our way to the aliens. I like it. But I also like the other Alien books, and in all honesty, even though they all have different authors, I haven't felt that much of a difference between them, which I'm personally really happy about. But yeah, and then I bought this book on Amazon because I had points, had some points from the credit card, so I didn't have to pay for this book technically. So yeah, I wanted some horror short stories, and this one didn't have bad reviews on Amazon. I now found out, because I scanned it into Goodreads, that it doesn't have any reviews on Goodreads, which is yeah. And then I got this really ugly copy. Once again, Amazon showed me a really different cover. I don't know why that is possible. I don't know. It's really annoying, to be honest. I really don't like this cover, to be honest. Not my case. And then again, but I think that's just a me problem. These are really brutal stories a lot of the time. I'm not the biggest fan of like violence in horror. I'm much more of like a psychic horror, like mental horror kind of person. So yeah, these are more like brutal tales, but I don't think they're bad, you know. I just think some of them are a little bit unrefined. But yeah, I don't dislike it. I don't think like it will be a favorite, but it's interesting to read. I think some of them are like your typical like bonfire horror stories, you know. But yeah, I don't dislike them. I'm on page 84. It's also nearly like halfway through. But yeah, I'm enjoying my reading. So we're reading 2 horror type of books parallel, which I'm fine with. And yeah, the week is starting good. I'm now gonna go back up. So I'm gonna go back to some gaming, like, you know, chill out, do some washing, throw some stuff in the washing machine, you know, get stuff going. And yeah, tomorrow is work again. But that's fine, you know. I had a nice weekend. It was really, really pretty where my mother now lives. It's like really like countryside living, and she's living in like a permanent camping area. Like they have a house, but it's on a campground. It's near to a campground. It's really interesting. But yeah, they have a really pretty wooden house, and just like you go out the door, walk like 5 minutes, and you're in some woods where you have a lot of animals and stuff. It's really, really pretty. So yeah, I'm gonna put like one little clip in here. I didn't film anything but that one clip from that is like the lake that is near their house. There's like a bathing lake, like you can go swimming in it, but there are also a lot of animals and stuff, and it's so pretty. We had a really good weekend. Yeah, the doggo was also really, really tired from the whole adventure, but he did really, really good, so I'm happy about that. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow after work. Okay, so quick check-in time on my phone because the camera battery is charging. Primarily because I filmed next week's video today, which is really early in the week for me, but it's nice because I have it done. Also, it was my wrap-up for April, so it was a nice video to film. And actually I read 13 books in April, which really nice. So yeah, I just thought I'd do a quick update. Work was fine today, a little bit annoying, but you know. And then I finished the audiobook yesterday, which was The Dark Tales of Lovecraft. To be honest, I think I won't listen to another Lovecraft audiobook. I just think to really get Lovecraft stories, I have to have my full focus on it. And when I listen to an audiobook, I always do something whilst listening to that. And yeah, it just doesn't work. I gave it 3 stars in the end. More for the audiobook than for the stories, because a lot of the stories just doesn't register with me, which yeah, a little bit sad, but it is what it is. I own the complete collection. I will continue to read it. Yeah, I just won't listen to it anymore because it just doesn't work for me. And then I finished a book today, and that is Untold Mayhem. Actually, I showed it yesterday evening to my partner because I read it in bed. And he really likes the cover. I hate it. I bought actually like a cover with a face on. I will show it here. I will put it in here because I really don't like this cover. But yeah, for the short story collection, this is an indie published book as far as I can tell. I think he talks about it at the end. But yeah, he is an independent author. So it is a brutal horror story collection, and to be fair to him, I didn't read it. Like I didn't read the description good enough. Then I would have known that all of these are quite brutal, which isn't my favorite horror. So yeah, I gave it 3 stars. I thought there were some really solid stories in there. Some I just didn't get. The last one didn't have any horror for me, so I didn't really know why it was in there. And a lot of them read like snippets from a longer story. But yeah, I think it's a solid collection for some brutal horror stories if you enjoy that. It's called Untold Mayhem by Mark Tullius. Mark Tullius. So yeah, if you like that kind of stories, maybe pick it up. It wasn't expensive. If you like this copy, I bought it on Amazon. As I've said, I'm not happy with the copy, but yeah, it was a good read. I'm happy with having bought it, you know. I don't regret buying it, which is a nice thing. So yeah, so tomorrow I will continue with Aliens. I would actually love to finish it tomorrow, but that's unrealistic if we're honest. Also, with this one, I already finished 2 books this month. We only have to the second, so it's fine if I take my time. But yeah, I'm gonna continue with this one. I'm enjoying this one quite a bit also. And yeah, I will now search for a new audiobook. I will show you tomorrow what it is, but yeah, I have to pick up a new one from my library. And yeah, I will do a little bit of puzzling because I want to get my table free, so I want to finish my puzzle. so I can do a little bit of Lego, which I got from my mother. I got a little bit and took it back with me. Nero sofort. Not everything, that will have to come later because there's a lot of Lego in this household, but yeah. So it's Wednesday afternoon. Work was like, you know, sometimes work weeks are just really hard. I don't know how to say it, they're really stressful, and yeah, today was such a day. Well, the whole week is kind of, but I wanted to give you like a quick reading update, because I did read a little bit this afternoon and I continued with Aliens, and I'm now on page 160, so I have, I think, like 120 pages left, something like that. So my plan is to finish it tomorrow. We'll see how that goes, but yeah, that is my plan at the moment. And I have to say, I really enjoy this book at the moment. We have pretty much our survivors from the first one going back on the job to like get some aliens, but they're being followed by like a ship full of androids. And yeah, shit is going down there at the moment. And then we have like a cult on Earth who kind of like want to, where they see the matriarch as kind of like the messiah, like the queen, the alien queen as kind of like a messiah, and they pretty much gave themselves to the alien to make more, which like really weird thing. And yeah, at the moment we have to assume that they're loose on the planet, which is like, that can be really, really problematic. And yeah, I'm hopefully we'll see a little bit of like the alien planet, but this is book 1, so it might be that they just arrive at the alien planet and that is in book 2, so I will have to see how I can get book 2. But yeah, it's really interesting, so I'm really happy about reading it. It's like, it's a good book in my opinion. It makes a lot of fun reading it, although we do switch perspective quite often, and sometimes it's hard to remember who you are reading from. But yeah, it works. For me, it is fun to read. And yeah, I'm nearly finished with my puzzle, which I need to finish so I can set up my sewing machine to sew some curtains for my bedroom. I have to sew them together because my sister actually had some over. I had some left from her place, like she didn't like them for her place, but I think they're quite fitting for mine. So she very kindly gave them to me, and I have 6, so I will combine like 2 and 2 together, so they're long enough for our windows, which should work out just fine. So yeah, I will finish the puzzle, I will listen to my audiobook, and I will clean up in the bedroom. I have to do some clothes, hang them up to dry and stuff like that, you know. And so yeah, I will do that now. That will probably be my whole evening, and then I will give you a check-in tomorrow when I finish this one, and we can talk about how the ending is, because obviously the ending is always like a contested point in a book. We have a little bit to talk about. I just finished the Aliens novel, book 1, Earth Hives. Aliens book 1, Earth Hive, and I gave it 3.5 stars. I really enjoyed the book. To be honest, I did love the ones more where they play mostly like in the alien hives, and you have more of like that permanent horror of getting hunted by the aliens, but I still did like this quite a bit, to be honest. I think they're like good horror / military / adventure novels kind of, and so yeah, I like the ending. Earth is now overrun. As far as I'm understanding this is kind of like a mashup of the second movie and the comic books that came after the first movie story-wise. So we have a few characters that are also in the second movie, but they are kind of renamed in the novel, and then we have some that aren't in that movie, and yeah, it's kind of a mashup of everything. I think it's worth a read, to be honest, if you like the Alien franchise, though here's a lot more like military stuff in here than actually alien combat, you know. The architects are also in here, like just like at the end. But yeah, I liked it. 3.5 stars. Solid book for me. Yeah, I would definitely buy more alien books because I do really enjoy reading them. But yeah, my main focus and what I like the most is when the aliens just hunt down the humans. I don't know. I really like those aspects of the story. So yeah, the other alien books I've read had a little bit more of that, so I kind of like them a little bit more, but that is totally fine by me. I will have to do, at some point when I have read enough, I will do like a video just about the alien books and kind of like talk a little bit how they feature in with the movies and stuff. But yeah, I kind of want to read a little bit more of the alien books because there are quite a lot out there. And now the second thing we're doing is unboxing some packages. The first thing is my illumicrate, which came, and then my eBay package came. Let me kind of like count it up, but yeah, we have like this really big box, and in there are the books I bought on eBay secondhand. I didn't think the package would be this big, but yeah, maybe the books are bigger than I thought. You know, on pictures you can never see how big the books are, and books do vary quite a bit in size, so yeah. But we'll start with my illumicrate because I want to see what's in there. The theme for April is Be My Enemy, so interested to see what that is. First thing is this big white rectangle that weighs nothing, which... Oh, it's another cup. I have no idea from which book this is, but yeah, it's one of these cups. I like them, but I rarely use them, to be honest. But yeah, not my favorite thing to get because, to be honest, how many cups do you need? But yeah, the next thing we have is another like banner kind of thing. This one looks really cool with like this what is the name in English? I don't know. In Germany it is a Hirsch. But yeah, an animal, a forest animal on here. And yeah, I have two different kind of ones. This one is kind of in theme with the other one I have from illumicrate. To be honest, I have to put them somewhere on my wall. I haven't, like, my other ones are on like my door handles, so I will have to figure out where to put these. But yeah, I kind of like them. In all honesty, I don't own enough pins to have them full, but they also look very pretty without the pins, so yeah. But I think they are meant for pins to stuck them on them. And then we have this one. Another sword. This one, you know, these things are one of my favorites. These are like sword replicas, and I already own two, which are these two. I already own, and so now I have a third one. And I'm a big fan of these. They look so cool. So yeah, this is gold with some silvery white glitter in it. I have no idea from what. I will have to look at the info card, but yeah. Then we have another of these paper crafts. I still haven't done the other two I've gotten because I need to buy the tape to do them, but I will have to go shopping for like a dress for the wedding of my best friend on the weekend, so I might finally pick up the tape you need for these because it sadly doesn't come with it, which I think is kind of a missed opportunity because, let's be honest, who has these like big tapes at home, you know? I don't, but yeah, they look really, really cool. And then we have the book, and the book is called Some Desperate Glory. I really like the cover colors. by Emily Tesh. Never heard of her. Pretty like a space theme. Okay, so it is a space opera kind of thingy, and our main character, right? She's called Cure. She is like a really great warrior of the people of Earth. She's on Gaia station because Earth is pretty much done for, and yeah, humanity, or the scraps of humanity that still live on these stations. And yeah, she's pretty much trained to defend Earth, and then her brother gets sent on a deadly mission, and she is supposed to go to the nursery and bear children for whatever reason. And yeah, she seems to decide against it and go with her brother and try to save a place for humanity, which kind of sounds interesting. I'm really happy that it's a standalone and that they tell you that, because while I do love the books that come in these boxes, I hate when they're like the first book in a series, because the rest of the series will never match if it doesn't come in the boxes again. So yeah, it's kind of annoying, to be honest. Yeah, it's a really pretty book. We have like this saying on the front which says, while we live, the enemy shall fear us. We are what's left, we are what must survive. Pretty book. So in all honesty, this isn't one of my favorite boxes, just because the cup really isn't for me, and these ones, yeah, they look pretty, but that is all. So yeah, we have had better boxes, but obviously I can't like everything in the boxes. I'm pretty sure there are people out there who really like the cups, so I'm fine with that. The book looks really, really great. You can't even see much of it because of the color and because it's like this metallic stuff, but yeah. That is the illumicrate for April. Let me look up what the franchises are. So the Sword is the Sword of Truth from the Throne of Glass series. I've never read that. The Pin Banners from first year. Oh, I should have known that. I read the first book. I need to continue with that series, but yeah, I could have known that because that is also, I think, on one of the books at the front. Then we have the Papercraft Kit, which is a Blaze of Desire from the Poppy War. Also haven't read that book. And then the tumbler is the Vermilion Bird, and that is inspired by Iron Widow, which I've also not read. So yeah, no wonder I had no idea what these franchises are from. But yeah, now that we've finished with that, let's look at the books I've got secondhand on eBay. I'm really excited to see the state these are in. The seller was really, really nice. Let's start with the first thing, that is this box set, and this is the Maze Runner series. There's like 3 parts. Yeah, I found out that these don't have the best reviews, but I was still really interested in reading them because I watched the first film and I actually liked it. And I was always intrigued how it continued, but kind of never in the mood to pick up the next film. So I thought, yeah, why not read these? These were in a set. All of this was like one auction, and so I thought it would be a good opportunity to pick these up. I have to see, how can I stack them? Then we have Alice by Christina Henry. I have another book by her. I haven't read that one yet, but I'm a big Alice in Wonderland fan, so maybe this one will be quite cool. I think these are like horror versions, well, horror alternative versions of these things. So yeah, I will pick this one up probably really soon, because I'm, in all honesty, really interested to see how it is, especially since I haven't read anything from her yet. And then we have quite a bit of Rick Riordan, which is why I bought this auction, because I finished the Percy Jackson series last year and I wanted to continue, but to be honest, there are a lot of them and they are quite expensive if you buy them like one at a time, and there were a few in here. I have no idea if these are like a series that is complete. I will have to look that up, but yeah, we have... This one is Heroes of Olympus, the Son of Neptune, which is there in here, which one that is. Okay, so this is the second one in the Heroes of Olympus series. Then we have Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters, which, this is one of the original trilogy, right? I didn't even realize that. My copies don't look that cool, to be honest. So yeah, this is one I already read. But yeah, this is... My ones are like the really generic ones. So yeah, I like the book, so I don't mind having 2 copies. Then we have Heroes of Olympus, The Lost Heroes. So that is the first one in the series. And then I have the second one. Then we have this one, Heroes of Olympus, The Blood of Olympus, in like a bound copy. Which obviously now I have like bound and paperbacks mixed, which I'm not the biggest fan of. But you know, at least I got the books cheap. Okay, so this is part 5. Then we have Heroes of Olympus, The Mark of Athena, which I think this is part 3. Yeah, this is part 3, so I have 1, 2, and 3, and 5. And then we have Heroes of Olympus, The House of Hades, also in like this bound copy. This is part 4, so we have 1 through 5. Really nice. Then we have The Red Pyramid, which I think is the Egyptian series from Rick Riordan, in like the same style as Percy Jackson, but like with Egypt, which is kind of cool because that is what I studied in college. I don't know if this is the first one. Yeah, this is the first one of the Kane... What is it called? The Kane Chronicles, the first one. Then we have The Serpent's Shadow, which is the third one in the Kane series. And then we have The Throne of Fire, which is the second one in the Kane series. So I have 2 complete series here from Rick Riordan, which is really, really nice. And then we have one last Rick Riordan book, also a bound copy here, which is The Trials of Apollo, The Burning Maze. Ah, okay, this is the third one in the Trials of Apollo series. So I will have to pick up the other ones at some point, but you know, the other ones are 2 complete series, which is really nice, so I can continue with that one. And then we have some more random books that were also in there. We have Takedown by Stephen Leather. I have no idea what this is, but it's a British Special Force soldier going rogue and having to be stopped. We'll see how it is. Then we have a German book in here. This one was one I just wasn't interested in, but it's by Jennifer L. Armentrout and it's called Obsidian, Schattendunkel. It is the first one in like a series. I have no idea what this series is in English, to be honest. So yeah, I might read it, I might not, to be honest. I would probably pick that up in English if I'm interested in it, but I have a feeling that I'm not, so... Yeah, then we have Neilspring, The Lost Village. This is like a horror ghost story, which I am really interested in. Then we have a book called Ashes by Ilsa J. Big. Okay, this seems to be like there's an event that destroys Earth, kind of, and like 2 camps are then there are one humans who have like superhuman abilities now, and then there are humans who have a taste for human flesh now, and there's some kind of adventure there. Yeah, I will definitely try it. I've never heard of it, so that will be interesting. And then we have the 2 last ones, which is David Wong, John Dies at the End. Okay, so this seems to be some kind of sci-fi. It has something to do with a drug and an alien invasion. I don't know, it looks interesting, so we'll see how it is. And then the last book is The Dark Room by Jonathan Moore. Okay, so this one is like a homicide inspector and things go wrong, there's some blackmailing in here, and yeah, a thriller, which is good because I wanted to have more thrillers I could read from authors I don't know, which is nice. So yeah, that is like the books I've bought on eBay. To be honest, I'm really happy with that haul. I paid 18 euros for the books. Technically 1 euro for the auction, which I won at 1 euro with like the only bid, and then 17 euros for like shipping. But to be honest, 18 euros for all of these books is like so cheap, which is why I love eBay. These are all in more or less great condition. I mean, obviously these ones are a little bit red, you can see that, but the other ones look all fantastic. I don't even know if these were ever red, to be honest. These look pretty much new. So yeah, I'm really happy with that, and I will see you tomorrow for my fairyloot, the book only box, because that one is coming tomorrow. I just got the notification for that. So yeah, we have one more book to unbox in this video, and yeah, I swore myself I wouldn't buy books this month, and look what I've done. But to be honest, I'm really excited to continue with Rick Riordan, because I really like the Percy Jackson series, and having like another, but the continuation of the Percy Jackson series and then the Egypt themed series is really, really great. So yeah, I'm really happy about that. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the haul, and I will definitely see you tomorrow. I will tell you what book I'm reading tomorrow. Also, I started a new audiobook. I totally forgot to tell you the name yesterday. I will now have to put it up on screen because I don't have my my tablet right now here. But yeah, it is a non-fiction about like the universe and how what could happen to humanity or what we might do, and it also talks a lot about Carl Sagan, which I think is kind of cool because I really like this fiction book. And then yeah, it's really interesting, you know. It's like a lot about what possibilities we might have, what science maybe would make it possible to go to the stars, to populate Mars and stuff. So yeah, it's really interesting to listen to be honest, and I used it to listen to while cleaning and stuff, and yeah, that's great for that, to be honest. I'm enjoying that quite a bit. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow with an update what I'm reading, because I now have to choose, which we'll see if I can decide what I want to read next, but yeah. Okay, so we're doing a smartphone check-in kind of thing, because my SD card for the camera is in the living room, and as you can see, I can't go up, primarily because I just had to go out and get bleach for my hair, and he's not happy about it. He is really, really annoyed at me for leaving the house when my partner's already gone. He's a pandemic dog, you know. Even though he can be happily alone for like 8 hours, which it works beautifully, but he's still mad at us if one of us leaves and then the other leaves like 2 hours later. That is when he's mad the most. Which, like, yeah, no, I have to cuddle him. But I wanted to give like a reading update, and then my fairyloot just arrived. Sadly, in not the best state, but you know, it happens. But yeah, I did start a new book yesterday, and just because I was so, I just was so intrigued by it, I did start Alice yesterday by Christina Henry, and it's there's like this short blurb thingy which says beware the claws that catch Alice, and it is really interesting. It's pretty much like Alice but in like a horror setting. At the beginning, like the point of view is from Alice's point of view, and Alice is actually in an asylum because she's deemed mad. Because she went into the old city. We have like a city which has like the old city and the new city, and she's from a family in the new city. I think her name is Dor. Or Dor is a friend of her. I'm not really sure, to be honest. But yeah, she went into the old city to like kind of like look at it, and it's like the old city is pretty much like, you know, where all of the bad people are. And when she came back, she was like, she had blood everywhere, and she talked about like a rabbit kind of creature, and yeah, they thought she was mad. Her parents didn't want to have anything to do with her anymore and put her into an asylum. And her neighbor in the asylum is like an ex-murderer, which like they talk all the time. And yeah, at the beginning of the story there is a fire that then breaks out in the asylum, and the two manage to flee, and the story seems to be about Alice finding out what happened in the old city, because she doesn't have any memories of that. And yeah, obviously she came out of there with blood on her clothes, so she wants to know what happened actually. And yeah, it is really interesting, the story, you know. It's kind of like, if you have
I don't know, if you're into games and you've played, Alice Madness Returns is my favorite of the series, but there's a first one. It's like a really dark Alice in Wonderland game, also with like a really big horror aspect, and this is kind of like a book form of that. So yeah, I'm really interested to read the book and to continue. I'm like, I don't know, I think I read like 50 pages yesterday, but yeah, I didn't have time to continue today, because I forgot that we had our monthly meeting at work today, and that now that I work Fridays again, which today is Friday, if I haven't told you yet, now that I work Fridays again, I had to be in the meeting, so yeah, that took quite some time. Also, I started editing Wednesday's video, so I can get that done. I will finish that tomorrow morning, I think. And yeah, so I will continue reading this one once I bleach my hair, because I will bleach it today and then put the color on tomorrow morning. Just so, but it takes so much time to do my hair, even though it doesn't look like it, let's be honest. But yeah, it takes a lot of time. So yeah, I will bleach it tonight and then I will continue reading, because I can't do like gaming stuff because I can't wear headphones while I'm bleaching. So yeah, I will do that. And now let's look into the fairyloot. The doggy also wants to know what's in there. He always thinks packages are for him when we get them. And it's okay. So the theme seems to be strings attached. This is the book unbox, and I'm really interested to see what kind of a book is in here. As you can see, he needs to inspect it. Oh, it's a TJ Klune book. I've read, oh, what's the name? Oh, I always forget. I'm gonna put it on the screen here, but yeah, I read one book from him which gave 5 stars, and I haven't picked anything else up from him now. But that book was really, really nice, and it was kind of a romance. So yeah, I'm interested to see. This is called In the Lives of Puppets. Inspired by the adventures of Pinocchio by Carlo Collodi and the Swiss family Robinson, In the Lives of Puppets is a masterful and heartfelt fantasy adventure. Here even a family assembled from spare parts might become whole. That sounds good. As a child, I really loved Pinocchio. So yeah, and the book looks really, really nice. I really love the sunset colors. Oh, it seems to have to do with a robot. Let's read the blurb real quick. That sounds really, really good. I might have to pick that up really soon. We pretty much have our family, which is Vic, the human, and then 3 robots. One like nursery robot, one like vacuum robot, and then we have like an inventor android. And at some point they find like android labeled Hap, and it turns out that he and Giovanni, the other android robot, have like a past of hunting humans, which they are actually kind of programmed to do. And so because they reactivated Hap, he gave away their location, and the city of Electric Dreams is where they're actually from, and they try to recapture Giovanni, and Vic and the rest have to try and rescue him from reprogramming to be a bad robot again, which, to be honest, that sounds fantastic. So I'm really, really, really happy with that book. I'm really interested to see how the story is. I will have to pick that up as the next book I read. Let's just be honest, that sounds so interesting. That's kind of like the happier stories I like, or like the more like in your field stories that I like, you know, kind of like found family is something I really enjoy. So yeah, I'm really interested to see how that book is. Oh my, he's so cute, you know. I will feel really bad when I get up now.
Good morning. I am currently coloring my hair. I tried a new hair, like a new company for like colorful hair color. The application was horrible. I just hope that the color will come out kind of nice, because yeah, that wasn't fun at all. I just tried to use something else than directions, and yeah, I'm kind of regretting that right now, but maybe it will come out kind of nice. I did want to check in with you yesterday, but I kind of lost track of time, and then it was already evening, and yeah. So I thought I'd check in with you this morning. I have a reading update for you. I did listen to some more of my audiobook yesterday. It's still really, really interesting. I don't understand a lot of it. Like, I understand the principles, but I'm not someone who's really much into physics and stuff like that, so some parts are like going a little bit over my head, but that's fine. It's still really interesting just to like hear someone who like works in the field talk about what he thinks is possible or might be possible. Then I continued with Alice, and I have to say I'm a big fan. I talked yesterday about like, I think it's McGee's Alice, I don't know, about the like the video Alice video games that were quite brutal. This one really tops that. I'm 150 pages in. I think it's like roughly, yeah, a little bit less than half of the book. And it's so interesting, you know, because normally, I think I talked a lot about it in the vlogs, normally I really despise using sexual assault and stuff like that as like in a book, because I think often it's just such a like dumb plot moving device and really unnecessary. In this one, it's just like, it is in here a lot, but not like in some kind of detail, you know? It's more like, it's just such a fact of life in this book that it's just like, just to show you how depraved the people are in this world, and it's working. Like, it fits. I don't hate it in the book, which is so interesting, because every other book we have read about sexual assault in the book, or like most books, I just think it's so unnecessary, but here it's just like a fact of the world. It's not like, it is kind of aimed at the main character, but not really, you know? It's just like one of those, be careful of the spiders out there, you know? Just like a fact like that. And it's working so good, and like just how the world is set up. I mean, I talked a little bit about it yesterday, and we have also like all of the main Eris characters in here, like the rabbit and the Cheshire cat and the caterpillar, but they're crime bosses in this world. And then we have, for example, the whale who like assaults the girls, captures and eats them while doing it. It's like, it's such a depraved world, and it's working so well. I'm really enjoying the book, you know? It's like a really brutal book, which I'm also normally not the biggest fan of, but I think what makes this one stand out so much is like that it still kind of has the whimsical feel that Alice had originally, which is so weird, because, you know, the original Alice was like such like a dreamlike book, you know, and this one still has that kind of feeling to it, whilst being incredibly brutal and bloody and just weird. And it's working so good. You know, I'm really, really happy that I got this book. You know, this is really up my alley when it comes to like horror books. I need this like kind of madness, weirdness, magical touch, and then you can give me the brutal horror. That seems to work really well for me. And then, just because I couldn't keep my hand off of it, I started the In the Lives of Puppets. I'm just like 30 pages in, you know, I just did a quick start. And yeah, so reading is really growing great at the moment, which I'm so happy about, you know. It's, I don't know, I think like leaning more into me being a mood reader really pays off, because I'm so much more in the mood to read, you know. I can't wait to pick the books up. Also, like, getting a lot of new books pretty much also helps, yeah. So, I don't know, I'm really happy at the moment. I'm really pumped up to read. Although I do have a little bit of other things to do now. You're not even, but that's because you are on a book stack. But yeah, I thought I'd do one last check-in. I colored my hair, it looks like shit. I hate the color. I don't know what they did with that. It had like the consistency of toothpaste and it didn't stick at all. yeah, my hair looks like shit. I'm gonna go out in a minute and get myself some directions and fix this today somehow. Yeah, I kind of feel bad that I now have to go shopping with that kind of a hair color. I would have preferred, you know, the one where you could see obviously that it's growing out, because now I'm so disappointed. It sucks. I'm really annoyed at it. I don't know. Look at how horrendously the roots are looking. Yeah, well, now I have to pay twice to get my hair color to color I like, which, like, yeah, sucks. It's yeah, I just talked to my best friend about it, and yeah, it just, also my hair stinks. I have no idea why that hair color, like, smells so weird. I don't like it at all, which also sucks because I can't get another scent in my hair. I have no idea how. So yeah, what a fail of a morning. Other than that, I edited and finished editing and stuff for Wednesday's video, so that is done. I haven't done the vlog. I will have to do that tomorrow morning, and it will go out a little bit later than the last few times then, but I don't think that it's that problematic. And as you can see, I have the lights on because I did put up my temporary curtains, and I did want to show you them. I think they work. They're not ideal, obviously. I had to combine two kinds of curtains because we didn't have enough for like our bedroom and this room, and the bedroom was more important because people can look in there, which is which is a problem. Even though I live so far up, we have like other houses that are that tall as well, so yeah. But yeah, I hung them up. Okay, so as you can see, this is the book stack you were sitting on. But yeah, that is the curtains now. I have like some longer curtains on the sides, and then in the middle some shorter curtains. I think it works. Though, to be honest, I'm just not the biggest fan of like the light gray color, and they also have some like spots on them. Some of them look like hair color, which might be what my sister got on them. It can happen if you color your hair, you know. Yeah, so, but I think they fit for the time being. I might just, instead of like getting new curtains, just like, as I already told you, like put another color on them. Because I think the dark ones actually fit quite well, and then also like the radiator is free with the shorter ones, but I do like the look of the larger ones, so maybe combining them is the right direction to go in. But yeah, I might just make them, I don't know, green in the middle, maybe? I'm just on a really big like forest green trip, you know. But yeah, we'll see. I'm just glad that I have now got some curtains, and yeah, the sun isn't coming in as bad anymore. Also, I think the lighting is better if I don't have like the window open and light from above, so that might look also better on my videos. You know, now I can only like set my ring light up and have like a little bit better lighting. So yeah, I think that should work quite well. So yeah, I also just talked to my partner. We're gonna get myself some hair color in a minute. Once he's back. You know, he always feels bad for me if something like that goes wrong, and yeah, now we're both feeling bad for me because sucks. I didn't have like such a fail of like hair color in like a really long time. So yeah. Yeah, you will have to, well, I will show you the new color in the next vlog then. And yeah, I'm gonna end the vlog here so I can edit it in sometime this afternoon, you know, because I have to get out with the dog now, and then I'm gonna be gone for most of the day, and then I'll probably check in with you tomorrow and start a new vlog, you know. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, even though it was kind of chaotic. And yeah, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you would like to. That would really mean a lot to me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!